The afternoon sun filtered through the blinds, casting long shadows across my living room floor. I sat on the couch, scrolling through my phone, trying to ignore the persistent ache in my chest. It had been 3 months since Mark left, and the silence in our apartment had become a constant heavy presence. "Knock, knock," a cheerful voice called from the doorway. I looked up to see my nephew Jake standing there with a wide grin. At 19, he was all lanky limbs and boundless energy, a stark contrast to my weary 35-year-old self. "Hey Jake, what's up?" I forced a smile. "Just thought I'd drop by. Haven't seen you in a while." He sauntered in, plopping down on the armchair opposite me. "How's it going?" "The same," I replied, my voice flat. Work, home, repeat." Jake's eyes scanned the room, his gaze lingering on the empty space where Mark's favorite armchair used to be. "Still no word from him?" I shook my head, my throat tightening. "Nope." Just like that, he was gone. Jake's expression softened. "I'm sorry, Aunt Sarah. That's rough." "Thanks," I mumbled, turning my attention back to my phone. "So, what brings you here besides checking up on your sad aunt?" Jake chuckled, running a hand through his messy brown hair. "Well, I was hoping you could help me with something. I'm moving into a new place next week, and I need some extra hands." "Of course," I said, grateful for the distraction. "Just let me know when." "Awesome, you're the best." He leaned back, his eyes wandering again. "So, you got any boxes I could borrow?" "Yeah, there should be some in the hall closet. Help yourself." Jake jumped up and headed toward the closet. As he rummaged around, I took a deep breath, trying to shake off the melancholy that had settled over me. It was times like these that I missed Mark the most. The way he'd fill the silence with his terrible singing, or his endless stories about work. "Found 'em," Jake called out, emerging with a stack of flattened boxes. "Whoa, what's this?" My heart skipped a beat. I turned to see him holding up a small velvet pouch. My pouch, the one I kept hidden in the back of the closet, the one that held my last remaining connection to Mark. "Nothing," I said, my voice too sharp. "Just put that back." Jake's eyes widened, a mischievous glint in them. "No way. This is interesting." He opened the pouch, and my stomach dropped. "Jake, don't—" But it was too late. He tipped the contents into his palm, and there it was. My toy. A sleek silver vibrator, a gift from Mark on our last anniversary. The room went silent. Jake stared at it, his mouth slightly agape, then looked up at me, his cheeks flushing. I could feel the heat rising in my own face. "Jake, Wow," he said, his voice barely a whisper. I didn't expect to find this." I buried my face in my hands, mortified. "Please, just put it back and forget you ever saw it." Jake was quiet for a moment, and I risked a peek through my fingers. He was still holding the toy, but his expression had shifted from shock to something else. Curiosity, maybe? He said slowly, "I could, replace this for you." My head snapped up. "What?" He shrugged, trying to play it cool, but I could see the nervousness in his eyes. "Yeah, like, I could get you a new one. A better one even, if you want." I stared at him, my mind racing. Was he serious? This was my nephew offering to buy me a sex toy. It was absurd, inappropriate, and yet— "Why would you do that?" I asked, my voice trembling. Jake's gaze softened. "Because you've been through a lot, Aunt Sarah, and you deserve to be happy, to feel good. If this helps, then why not?" Tears welled in my eyes. It was such a strange, unexpected offer, but it was also kind. In that moment, I saw not just my nephew, but a young man who cared about me, who wanted to help in his own awkward way. "Okay," I whispered. "Okay." A slow smile spread across Jake's face. "Really?" I nodded, a tear slipping down my cheek. "Yeah, but you have to promise me something, anything. Never, ever tell anyone about this." Jake's grin widened, crossed my heart, and just like that, the tension in the room broke. We both started laughing, the sound filling the empty space, chasing away the shadows. It was ridiculous. It was wrong. But it was also exactly what I needed. As Jake helped me pack up the last of Mark's things that afternoon, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. Maybe this was the start of something new. Maybe, just maybe, I could find happiness again, even in the most unexpected of places. And as for the toy, well, that's a story for another day.